Hello and welcome back to the Armory. I'm Archaic and with me is Zaevul. How's it going?
It's going pretty good, Archaic. How are you?
Excellent. So this is week 3 and this is the replay analysis portion of week 3. So we're going to jump over to a replay. Come and follow us, guys. Come on. Come on. So here we go. This is a TVP on Star Station. Obviously, this is in the ladder pool because all your games are in the ladder. That's all we care about. Your openings, why don't you talk a bit about how you take that first expansion?
The first expansion. What I like to do is get my 3 barracks up, and then I go CC as soon as I've 400 and can still make units. I don't put any what are they called, add-ons or whatever onto the barracks yet. And I like to I just make Marines because Marines are great, and making supply depots obviously. And I like to do a little bit of a scout before I send it out, just in case, like especially with Protoss, they
All right.
will throw a pylon right there, and then I drop my CC and they kill it. Yeah, so I build it on the high ground and then I fly down.
Great. And then taking your third, do you have any sort of special thing you want to get before you get your third, or?
No, I usually get to the point where I've macroed poorly or something, which is usually ends up to, and I'm like, I have minerals and I need to spend them, and I just build it. And I want to make sure I have at least like 12 workers in my second by that point, because I don't want to not be able to keep not have 16 workers in each of my CCs working. Well, 16 plus Thespian.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like you got your gases before your command center, but either way.
I usually, when do I usually put them down? I think I usually put them down at the same time as the CC,
right
approximately, because I want to try to be able to have enough to do upgrades and make a factory right after I land my first base.
So we see you going ahead and sending out these Marines, and this is really cool. We talked, I think, last week, was it, about being a little more active on the map, getting that SCV scout,
about it.
And that's what you're doing?
I didn't leave a... No, my SCV got killed. That's what happened. My scouting SCV got killed.
Yeah, it did.
So that's why there's nothing at the base there. Otherwise, I would have left it there.
How much better does it feel to look at the mini map at this point of the game? For you?
Right now, I like that my vision doesn't let him walk an army to my base without me knowing it. I have both of the towers.
Exactly.
If he's coming, I know, right? If he comes and kills one of those guys, well, his army's coming, and I can send my army out to meet it, or, what have you. I'm prepared, as opposed to just being a surprise, and my army's out of position, and he kills a bunch of my buildings before, right? And the other thing I like is having that bunker down at my second. Makes it a little harder for him to walk into my base and kill all my SCVs at my natural.
It's a really comfortable position to be in, right?
Yeah.
Having units in attack paths is going to be really useful for knowing when your opponent's moving out. You may even see his army and get a feeling for what he's spending his money on, because we've been talking a lot about understanding where your opponent's spending his money.
Yeah.
So it's really good that you're being more active on the map. What we see is this exchange. So if you look right when you're sending these Marines out, we talked about getting busy. And getting busy is dangerous because things get sacrificed when you get busy. So we just hit a supply cap here. And I'll jump back over to the game. We just hit a supply block right after 6 minutes. You started sending your Marines out at about 6 minutes. And you didn't build a supply depot for quite a while here. So we'll just watch that again so everybody can see. But you're getting busy with these Marines. You're going ahead and just watch your money skyrocket, and also watch your supply just sit for a long time. The only reason you get unsupply blocked is that command center.
CC.
That hurts you a lot. That hurts you a lot.
And then I start building them again.
So
Yep.
we have to be really
yeah.
careful not to do these trades that are net negative. So I kind of have to ask you this question. So on a scale of good spending of your time, what would you say is more important? Those fundamentals or this scouting information?
I think the fundamentals are more important, but I also want to weigh in that the more I do this scouting, the more natural it'll become, and the less likely it's a distraction, as opposed to I just do it, right? Just throw them out there and it doesn't slow me down.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of both.
So it's a yeah, you're putting it's a tough situation, right? Because you don't feel like you quite have enough speed or things of that sort of multitasking to be able to do this while doing that supply drop. So I'm always going to say fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals. So you're kind of like trading your gold for silver here, right? They're both really, really good things and crucial to playing at a high level. But do remember, there is a scale here, and the more important thing should always take precedence. And so, yeah, we're moving on. And you have this really nice map vision, which is something I do every game, and you're doing this week 3, so this is amazing. It's something I have mentioned, and it's good. It's good that you're taking these things and running with them.
Add-on complete.
So, double upgrades. You already have that armory to continue those upgrades. So you have a very good understanding of this portion of the game, which is why I think we see your supply climb and climb and climb, and your opponents slowly get further and further behind. So when we're looking at your production buildings here, talk to me a bit about your production buildings. What's kind of the idea, this composition that you're making? Why do you get Hellbats? Why do you get a lot of Marines? Sort of talk about your composition a bit.
Yeah, Hellbats are really great against Marines. That's why I've been getting those. And they get healed by the medvac, so it's a good kind of, even though they're mech, they're kind of bio, right?
Certainly.
And with the
They're both,
medvacs
actually.
there. Yeah, they're both. And so this is kind of a real basic bio army here. Marines are great. They're really easy. It's the first building I get, and I like. This is a good amount, I think, of production buildings for the income that I have. Right, I can do 2 medvacs, 2 Hellbats, a couple Marines, which, in a way, only cost us 1 production, and then Marauders.
Okay. And so let's talk about the numbers of production buildings really quickly. Run us through it really quickly. How many production buildings per base, per saturated base?
I like 3.
3's a great number.
With reactors counting for 2.
Yeah. And something I want to note is that Marines are actually like ridiculously cheap supply-wise. So as a general rule, and you've already like gotten this, so I'm just going to explain this for everyone else out there. As a general rule, we really want to count Marine production as half sort of a regular production building. So if you have a naked barracks, count that as like 0.5 production. So 2 barracks or 1 reactored barracks, that's very similar to building 1 Hellion at a time or something like that in that. So as far as supply wise, so just as a general rule, if you're thinking 3 production buildings per base, then that's, if we jump back to the game here, we've got 2 barracks that are naked, so that's 1 supply depot, a barracks with a tech lab, or not 1 supply depot, what did I say, 1 production building,
yeah.
a virtual production building, tech lab, another production building, and then reactor starport and a reactor factory is 4. So if you look at that number, that's 6, and that's exactly what you want on 2 base. So just as a note, you have a really good understanding of this 2 base economy. Let's jump back to your view and finish this game off. So you're getting your 3rd. What are you thinking at this point in the game? Because you're kind of getting to the point where you're almost maxed.
Yeah. With the 3rd base, I like to move my army out here as I have it, so that it can protect both the natural and the 3rd. because it's no good to have him back at the natural and then I'll just lose my third. I might as well, almost, might as well have not had it, right? So I have it right there. And I'm thinking right here is that I'm wanting to get maxed, which is happening in just a moment.
Right now, actually, yeah.
And at that point, I have, let's see, I have a Marine scouting down, looking to see what
that's
he's
so
taken.
good, John.
So here I found where he'd taken his third off. He didn't take the, where you would think, right by his other base.
Yeah.
He take this other one down the hill. So I maxed. I'm going to go walk out and take it because I saw there's a pylon with, nothing there.
Something I didn't notice is you
What did
drop
I do?
another command center right at this moment.
Do I? Yes. I dropped another command center because I heard my first base is the minerals are running out, and so I'm going to want to take those workers and put them somewhere else. Although I don't think I concentrate enough to get to that point. Oh, we just missed. I just missed that.
Well, definitely the
Loss
viewers
of
saw it. You just traded your army.
Yeah.
And as far as supply-wise, you're still up, so that's looking like you're in a good spot.
Although I let my medvacs just sit there. A few of them got killed by stalkers for free.
And this looks like you just got a dagger in the heart here.
Yeah, I'm trying to build some more barracks to use up this like 5,000 minerals that I haven't been spending. And so here, just trying to send off a bunch of workers to try to make some more production buildings off where he's not going to kill them because I have so much money.
Yeah.
As long as I can keep the tech tree alive, I can go build a bunch of units because I know at this point I'm ahead on supply if I can manage to stay alive. But he is expanding where I tried to build these production buildings, so I'm done.
A sad day. A sad day.
Sad day because I was a little bit ahead, but it just didn't work out because Colossus.
Yeah. So, we watched this game. I want to go ahead and get you to run us through the events that happened from the end. So what was the last thing that kind of killed you?
Finding all these starports where I was going to try to make Banshees and Vikings to
Okay.
destroy, to counter his army, more or less.
So let's take another
So
step
he
back.
found those, and he's got all this stuff there, killing it with warped in zealots. So I know that there's nothing I can do with those.
Yeah. The starports were a Hail Mary. That went wrong.
Yeah. Same with the barracks as I was trying to make it my third. That just didn't work out.
Yeah. So step back. What was before that?
Before that, where he killed my army, I think I don't know if I stimmed or not. I don't know if I did. Or how far are we stepping back?
Just what do you think was the next most important event that happened?
I think the engagement was maybe bad. That I'm not really sure of because we look at the armies. My army is bigger.
Okay,
One of the things that hurt me was that I didn't grab my medvacs all the way back, and let's see, look at my production. I'm not producing out of all my buildings.
Okay, so let me take this.
Oh, I tried to make reactors. That was part of the problem.
This reverse steps back. Okay, so you had your Hail Mary, right? And at the end of the game, when you have nothing left, you gotta at least try a Hail Mary, right? It's important to at least not give up easily.
Yeah.
We don't want to Idra. We don't want to Idra out of games, right?
Yeah, I got all this minerals. If I can use them, I want to.
There is a potential avenue to win.
Yeah.
You might as well try. You tried, okay? So whatever. That's pretty minor step, but I think it's important. But just as a minor note, so before that, he attacked your natural. You didn't have units. You had a lot of medevacs.
Yeah.
So that's what caused the Hail Mary, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh crap, he has an army that's entering my base. I'm in a significant
I need an army that
trouble.
can attack and not just heal.
Significant trouble. Okay, so what was before that was a big engagement. Max army versus max army. So let's go ahead and jump back into the game. That happened right around like 18 minutes, so I will jump there. And as so, I will showing you the game. So let's just watch this engagement here. I'll just watch from your point of view. The engagement. Well, I guess we've already seen the engagement, so I won't show it again. But that's what happens. Right before this engagement, you hit a max, right? That is why you pushed out and attacked here. So the question I have, and this is something I mentioned before, is let's talk about your production buildings here. So at this point of the game, your production, as you can see on the screen, is exactly the same as it was on 2 bases. So you had this really nice third or step to take your third, but there was no step after taking that third. So what do you think naturally happens when you have a massive economy and no way to spend that economy? What happened in this game?
It's all piling up.
Yeah, you have this
building.
You're hoarding.
Because I can't spend them. I need to have more production buildings. So if this army dies, instead of getting right now 4,000 minerals, I could be building 5-10 barracks,
so
right?
John,
or starports. Or
if this attack fails, as it did in this game, what is the next step for you?
Well, I need to take another base because this base is my first is mined out.
Okay, pause button.
Oh.
The answer? I'm doing a zoom in on my face, John. The answer is there is no next step.
There's no next step.
You done goofed, John.
I done goofed.
You did what you can consider a 200 supply shove. This is your I have a bunch of stuff and I'm getting antsy and I'm gonna go like this. All in. Oh yeah. And the guys are like, why is he going all in? He has 4,000 minerals in the bank. He has a 4th command center building. And you just took your army? And you're like, all in. Because there is no next step, John. There's nothing. There's nothing you can do. If this attack fails, you're in Hail Mary mode, right? And that's what we saw. So we're working backwards through the replay. This is something I mentioned in week 1, but it's really important when you lose games to jump back in the replay, look at those important parts that led to your demise, right? And that's what happened. Let's quickly jump to before the attack. So it was right around 17 minutes. This is right when you're hitting your max. So we will talk about max play. And this is something I mentioned before, maybe in one of these games or one of these shows. But I'm going to talk a bit about... So right at this moment, 17 minutes. Oh, not quite at this moment. We'll jump forward a little further because you haven't quite hit that max yet, and that's important. So let's go ahead and jump to the game. You're going to hit your max, 192. That's a virtual max, so we'll pause the game here. What needs to be going on at this moment in the game? Just walk me through it because I know you understand it. Just walk me through it.
So I need to be building production buildings because
you need a lot of production buildings.
Because I've got a lot of money right now.
Because how many production buildings do you need per base?
I need 3 each, and right now I don't have 3 each. I have...
You're missing 3 production buildings.
I'm missing 3 production buildings.
Okay, and that's before you hit a max, right? So you should already have these 3 production buildings.
Yeah.
Because the next step after you take a third, get more production buildings. Because you already have upgrades going. You already have everything else set up for the late game. You just need production buildings.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I need production. Yes.
What else can you do now that we've hit the max? I guess I'll jump forward until you actually hit a max here. 199. Make a unit. Okay, that's a max. Whatever. 199. What can happen right now? So you have... Pretend you made those 9 production buildings. You have 9 production buildings. You have 3,000 in the bank, which shouldn't ever happen, but explain to me what you're doing with that 3,000 in the bank.
Well, I could be doing upgrades because it looks like I don't have 3-3 yet.
Okay, yeah, it's really important to keep those upgrades going. So you're doing a
I
bit of a
can
2-2 timing right now.
Yeah, I can work towards the ability to shift focus. So have, enough starports to do air or enough factories to go into mech, depending on, what I find out he's gone towards.
Okay, pause button.
Uh,
Let's just work with what you have. You have 3,800 minerals and you have 900 gas. So you don't have much gas at this point in the game.
no,
So
so
what
things-
realistically can you do?
I can
with-
build a lot of barracks.
Okay, yes, that's the first step. Okay, you can build a ton of barracks, right? Like a ton. Like you should already have 9. So you can go up to something like 6 more reactored barracks or something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's completely fine. And that's not even that much money, right?
Yeah.
That's like $1,000. So you spent $1,000. So what are you doing with another 2,000 minerals?
Preparing to take more bases.
So you need to drop that
throwing down
command
some
center.
CCs.
Command center at 1 to take your 4th, because look at your main. Oh no.
It's mined out.
Oh, Yankee
almost.
Doodle. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, sorry. Your main?
Yeah,
I just
my main is
messed royally with. Okay, we're okay though. Your main.
yeah, it's mined out.
My note. So
Pretty
you
much.
need this. You need to be transferring these SCVs. So this command center that should be taking your 4th should have been made a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because you want to be sending these guys right now, because we look 300 minerals remaining, 5 remaining, 5 remaining. So yeah, these SCVs need to be transferring. So as you're pushing with this push, think about this. This is a great time to be floating that command center out. Right when you hit max. So you want that done when you hit a max. So that's another 400 minerals. What else can you do? Oh, you said drop command centers, right?
Yeah. Potentially.
Yes.
Well, at this point, I should have one going, and I should have another because my natural isn't going to last that much longer either, and I need, if I'm going to
Great.
be having armies destroy each other, I need to replace them.
So far you spent
we continue to
1,800 minerals. You still have another 1,200 approximately. If we were pretending you already built a bunch of barracks and stuff. 1,200 minerals. How do you spend it?
I don't know.
3 more command centers. Boom.
3 more command centers.
Instantly. It
Okay.
shouldn't even be a thought, John. Shouldn't even be a thought. Command centers are the greatest thing to spend money because it's a reinvestment in your economy, right? Terran is the only race that can saturate all of the bases. You can have 5, 6 bases saturated with mules, right?
Right.
So why aren't we doing it? We are like the anti-green. We're like guys that just tear apart the earth. We want all of the minerals. We don't care.
All
we
the
want to
minerals.
take the entire map and get every single mineral, because we have mules, and mules take all of the monies.
And they don't cost supply.
That's for max situations. Yes, exactly. So you would be sitting, if you did all of this. Now let me paint this picture for you, because this is important. You'll be sitting at 13 barracks, maybe about half of them with a reactor. So that's the ability to build 30 supply at a time. So in 30 seconds, you can have 30 supply. Okay, maybe you have another starport, maybe another factory, something like that. Whatever. You don't have much gas, so I'm not going to talk specifically about gas. You're going to have your 4th command center. You're going to have your 5th command center. And then you're going to have 3 macro command centers. So that's 8 mules. Each mule is the equivalent of 4 SCVs. So that's an additional 32, the equivalent of 32 supply of SCVs mining you minerals. Do you think this attack is a good thing? If you can remake this army in 30 seconds, no problem, because you have 6 bases? Oh yeah, this attack is really good. If you kill half his army, this attack is really good. Okay? The amount of damage you did should be game ending because you're taking your 4th, you're taking your 5th, you have 13 barracks making Marine Marauder? You don't care about this army. You don't care. This is what we call solid play, John. This is what we call the next step that will never lose you games. I need to drop something. Pencil. Boom. I just dropped a bomb on your brain and it should have exploded because you should never lose from this position. When you trade your army for his army, oh, that's gold. That's gold. That's what you want to do. Because you have twice his economy, you have twice his production, and you can mine the entire map out. And you don't care. Because you're going to be just, I am the Terran biomass, and I am overwhelming you. Oh, yes. That's how Bio's played. That's how Bio is played. Okay? Okay. Trading armies is golden. That got really intense. Oh, man. I got really excited, guys. Hopefully you guys got excited, too. And all you Terran players out there, this is stuff that should be in the books. This is standard for us. We have the strongest late game. We have the greatest production potential. We have reactors. We destroy worlds. Because we are the Terran host. We're humans, man. We freaking like rip the earth apart and just take it. That's what we do. Anyways. Oh, yes. That's why we go to new resource nodes and eat it all and then go to the next one. Because we're Terran. We have mules. And there are other ways to play Terran. But this way is awesome. You will have a never-ending army. So with that, guys, this has been the Armory replay analysis. Thanks so much for providing this replay, Zaevul. I'm so excited for next week. We have your goals as far as where you want to be, your average unspent. We're looking for that 1,400 mineral ballpark. And for your average time supply, we're looking at a minute. So this is going to be a tough road, right? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but we can do it. We can do it. Just remember, fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals. That's all we care about. And this is exactly how a fundamental Terran player plays. Because we're going to get ahead in supply. We're going to have infinite units. All you got to do is spend your money, right?
Yeah.
Spend your money. You don't even need to worry about supply blocks when you hit 200. It's so easy. You just got to build command centers. All right. Yes, this is the Armory. I'm Archaic. This is Zaevul. You can follow me on Twitter at Archaic Coaching, and obviously subscribe to my YouTube because you're getting all of the content and it'll update you every week. The videos go live Wednesday and Saturday. Respectively, Zaevul is got the Saturday slot and Glitch the Wednesday slot. So guys, stay tuned for more content. Have an excellent evening or afternoon or morning.
Anytime. Excellent anytime.
Thanks, guys.